Imagine you walk into a busy cafe where people are lining up for all sorts of drinks. Some grab a brisk espresso, others order a refreshing smoothie. Suddenly, you spot a girl who immediately catches your eye. You're still unsure what to say, but you're drawn to the possibility of getting to know her. Your heart pounds with nervous excitement as 1,000 thoughts swirl in your head with no clear idea in sight. But in the next few minutes, you'll learn how to overcome fear, set the right tone for a trusting conversation, and build a genuine connection without unnecessary anxiety. All you need is to seize those first 8 seconds to captivate her with your simplicity, confidence, and a hint of intrigue. Ready? Let's begin. Today, you'll discover how to stop dreading that first step and start talking to a girl so that it becomes an exciting adventure for both of you. I've always believed that a girl's gaze is a perfect indicator of our own state of mind. If we're anxious, our palms sweat, we fidget nervously, and our voice betrays a slight quiver. Girls pick up on this instantly. They're like finely tuned radars, sensing our emotional state and deciding we're acting like a fan with starry eyes, trying at all costs to win their approval. The key is to adopt an inner sense of calm confidence. This means not idolizing her as if she's a celebrity, nor rushing to please her in every little detail, but maintaining that subtle, natural energy of someone who's already content with their own life. Picture yourself just after winning a sports event or successfully finishing a major project. You're not seeking approval, you're simply radiating a positive vibe. Why does this approach work? Because the more we try to impress someone, the more we slide into nervousness and routine politeness. And girls, more than anyone, appreciate sincere, lively emotions. I realize that it's better to worry less about how to present yourself and focus more on the present moment. Ask simple questions about her recent experiences, like a new movie she's seen or a concert she attended, and delve into how it made her feel. This way, you go beyond surface-level talk and learn to see the girl as a person with emotions, opinions, and real-life experiences. Many guys ask, what should I talk about so there are no awkward pauses? In reality, topics naturally emerge when you're not fixated on delivering only the perfect lines. The simplest approach is to chat about current events, recent happenings, interesting stories from school or work, even peculiar news you've come across. If your mind goes completely blank and conversation stalls, there are fallback topics: future plans, hobbies, dreams, family anecdotes, or even how you spent your last vacation. It might not be groundbreaking, but it can pull you out of that awkward silence and lead to something more heartfelt. To make the conversation genuinely engaging, learn to share your own stories at the right moment. Mention how you once lost your passport in the most unexpected way a minute before your train departed, or a hilarious incident from your school days. These short, personal tales bring authenticity and humor into the interaction. Yes, sometimes your story might be odd or even cringeworthy, but don't let that stop you. If it's meaningful to you, it's better to share than to stay silent and pretend you have no experiences worth telling. Such honest moments can break the ice and create an emotional link. It's also crucial to remember that conversation is not a monologue, but a two-way street. I like to listen carefully to what a girl says and then ask follow-up questions. If she mentions, "I recently traveled to another city for a concert," don't just say, "Cool, how was it?" Go a bit deeper. What did you feel when the performers first appeared on stage? What surprised you most during the trip? Was there something that disappointed you a bit? These questions help you discover how she perceives the world and which emotions matter to her. Girls appreciate being heard and having someone recognize their inner feelings. Another stumbling block is our fear of looking strange, out of place, or silly. But the best way to conquer this is to accept in advance that conversation can include funny or awkward moments. Human interaction rarely runs perfectly smoothly. If you say something unfunny or trivial, don't desperately try to fix it. Just acknowledge the slip-up and keep going. Sometimes self-irony can actually build rapport instead of damaging it. There's a concept I like to call the balance check. Pay attention to how much you're talking versus how much she's talking. If you notice you're hogging the conversation, pause and shift the focus to her. Ask open-ended questions. Girls love it when someone really listens and expresses genuine curiosity about their perspective. But if you're barely speaking at all, consider whether you're too intimidated or if she's waiting for you to step up a bit more. Conversation is all about finding that sweet spot where both people share themselves. Keep in mind eye contact and composure. If you constantly avoid her gaze, she may think you're excessively nervous or hiding something. Of course, don't stare nonstop like a statue. Just maintain a friendly, confident level of eye contact. It not only shows you're calm, but also that you're present in the moment, truly listening. Sometimes simple gestures, a nod, a timely smile, convey more genuine interest than long-winded statements. The real key to dynamic conversations is having a fulfilling life of your own. If you have hobbies, goals, and passions, you won't be desperate to cling to the first girl who shows up. She'll sense that you already have your own interests and a solid backbone. Then, meeting her isn't a do-or-die scenario. It's a pleasant addition to your already vibrant reality. So invest in yourself. That way, you won't feel the need to please every girl who catches your eye. It's equally important to learn how to convey your ideas convincingly and confidently, stand your ground without turning hostile. Often a girl might test how firmly you hold your beliefs. If you change your stance on every point just to seem nice or easygoing, you're sending the wrong message. Base your position on logic and genuine feelings, not on fear of disagreement. If you truly need to adjust your view, do so because it's warranted, not because you're scared to contradict her. In a respectful relationship, a girl might say, "I feel like you're not giving me enough attention," or "Why don't we see each other more often?" In such moments, calmly and clearly explain your viewpoint. "I do spend a lot of time studying or working, and it's important for my growth. I value our time together, but if I don't keep moving forward, it'll be tougher for both of us in the future. Let's find a compromise, but we shouldn't ignore my goals altogether." When you articulate this firmly and kindly, she'll realize you're not brushing her off. You're just clarifying your priorities. People often wonder, how do I guide the conversation to a real outcome? Be it exchanging numbers or setting up a date. The first step is building an emotional connection. If a girl feels comfortable with you as a conversationalist and senses you genuinely care about her life, she'll be much more receptive to your invitation. For instance, if the online chat is going nowhere, suggest moving to a voice call. "Hey, let's talk over the phone. I'd love to hear your reactions instead of just reading your texts." Sometimes switching to a more personal mode of communication quickly speeds up the bonding process. I've had moments where a girl said, "I'm not ready to give you my social media info just yet. Let's keep chatting here." Previously, I'd think, well, if she won't, then forget it. But I realized that sometimes people are genuinely cautious about strangers online. On the other hand, if you respond to her hesitation by outlining why a live conversation is more authentic than endless texting, and that you find it more enjoyable to see someone's voice and energy, she may come around faster than if you used robotic lines like, "Come on, just add me now." We often stress ourselves thinking, she might walk away, she might never text back, or she'll find me boring. However, if you treat the whole process of getting acquainted like a fun adventure instead of a life-or-death scenario, your energy shifts entirely. You speak more confidently, ask interesting questions, and aren't afraid to look silly. Oddly enough, this relaxed state greatly increases the likelihood of real, mutual interest. Some guys lose their sense of inner strength once they start a relationship, fearing the girl will leave at the first hint of dissatisfaction. But healthy communication allows you to discuss touchy subjects openly. If she complains she's bored and hints that something needs to change, it's fine to respond. "Let's figure out how to spice things up. I love sports and outdoor walks. You enjoy going to concerts. Maybe we can find something fun to do together. I'm open to trying something new as long as it doesn't conflict with my core values or goals." That way, you show you respect her interest without abandoning your own. If you notice that conversation just won't flow, she responds with brief answers, seems detached, and you're doing all the talking, try not to force it. Sometimes you just don't match each other's vibe, and that's perfectly fine. Don't beg or try to fix the situation. Simply wrap up calmly, thank her for the talk if it was pleasant, and move on. Interestingly enough, that dignified exit may prompt her curiosity later, seeing that you're secure enough to end on a good note. Humor is a powerful tool in communication, but it has to be balanced. Joking, Every other word can be exhausting, while being overly serious can make you seem uptight. The best kind of humor arises naturally from the conversation, when you notice something funny in the moment or turn a small mishap into a witty remark. Girls appreciate guys who view the world with a sense of humor, without turning everything into a comedic spectacle. Also, never forget that people value honesty. If someone asks you about something you know nothing about, it's better to admit, "You know, I'm completely clueless about cars. If you don't mind explaining the basics, I'd love to learn." It's far more endearing than bluffing your way through. A girl will usually warm up more quickly if she sees you're not ashamed of your own gaps in knowledge. In summary, interacting with a girl isn't an exam that you must pass flawlessly. It's a real meeting of two universes. One is you, with your interests, ambitions, and hobbies, and the other is her, with her own emotions and life story. Sometimes these universes align and create a new shared space filled with mutual respect and curiosity that can evolve into deeper feelings. But even if it doesn't work out, you still gain valuable experience and learn to understand another person's psychology a little better. Once you embrace these principles, everything becomes more natural. You approach a girl with a genuine smile, ask how her day has been, note that she seems in a good mood, or pay a subtle compliment on an interesting accessory she's wearing. Without the fear of messing up, you let yourself just be you. This authenticity is far more compelling than adopting a fake persona of a super cool hero who tries too hard or resorts to pity or fake bravado. Your main goal should be to enjoy the conversation itself. If you sense you can talk freely without wearing masks, share funny stories and honest thoughts, even debate a little while keeping it positive, you're on the right track. Don't demand the impossible from yourself. Just expand your comfort zone gradually, experiment, and think about what worked and what didn't. And always remember, every girl is a unique individual with her own story, not just a target for your social boldness. If you've watched or read this script all the way through, it's time for a final call to action. I want you to be not just a passive viewer, but an active participant in your own development. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and drop a comment. For example, if we reach 5,000 likes, I'll post a new video about the habits that help overcome laziness and achieve real success. Your feedback matters to me, and I'd love to hear which points in this script resonated with you the most. So make your choice now. Support this channel, click like, and share your thoughts so I can see your reactions. Who knows, maybe your comment will spark an idea for my next video. After all, the most exciting part is continuing our conversation. Stay connected, be bold in your actions, and remember, life is too short to be afraid of starting a conversation with a girl. Keep in mind that every positive endeavor stems from genuine interaction, attention, and trust. Every awkward moment is a chance to laugh about it, and every new acquaintance is an invitation to explore another person's emotions and worldview. So keep trying, learning, and refuse to let any seeming difficulty hold you back. May each new meeting bring laughter, smiles, and a profound mutual understanding.